University life seems to be an infinite loop of studying, assignments, and socializing. There just never seems to be any time for you to get a good night of sleep. Here comes a question. How do you sleep on time when you can barely get enough sleep? After months of irregular bedtime, I figured out my way. Hey everyone, I'm Andrew, currently a computer science with AI student in University of Nottingham, and on this channel, we explore ways to improve our work, our life, and ourselves in general. Today, I'd like to talk about how to get to bed on time every day. First, it's very important for you to know when to be awake, and that time could be either the time where you need to start to work or need to start to study. Very simple, just set that as your wake time. Now, we need to find our sleep time, our proper bedtime. And to know your proper wake time is very easy since you already have your wake time. You just work backwards through that. So generally, adults require 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And for me, I just set a 7.5 hours of sleep. So if I work backward from my wake time, which is 5 AM, I will get 9:30 PM, and that is basically how I get my sleep time, and that's how you should get yours too. With your sleep and wake time in mind, it's now for you to design a work and task schedule around this. Make sure that you never overlap them with your sleeping period. It'll be even better if you can set a period of free time right before your sleep, because if you can stay away from your screen before your sleep, you actually get a better sleep quality. Here comes the discipline part. You must stop your task on hand right before your sleep time because you must sleep at that time. It's just that simple. It's better if you can spend the free time right before your sleep, which I talked about previously, to do something like meditation, relaxation exercise, or even some reading, because this can actually make your sleep better. At this point, many will have a question. What if I'm not done with my task? How can I sleep at that time? Now, let's get into that. Now, I'll start with why you shouldn't continue with your task until completion if it's already past bedtime. If you don't sleep on time, you basically either won't get enough sleep or you won't wake up on time. So this too can have very damaging effects. First, when you don't have enough sleep, your quality of day will be affected, and therefore it's not a good thing. Second, if you actually wake up late, you will actually mess up your schedule for the day as well. That is why it's just simply so important to stick with your bedtime and wake time. But how do we solve our undone work? We can't just leave it there, right? I'll put them into two categories. First, it's due in the future, and second type, they are due right tomorrow. If it's due in the future, you have no choice. Just leave it there. Just make sure that you get it done soon. Because basically, if it's due in the future and it's not done now, it's either because you don't have a proper schedule, basically maybe you overload it every single day, or you are just procrastinating, and I'm facing that. So I just have to work on my procrastination issue and just make sure that I get my things which are due in the future done as soon as possible. But let's say if it's due the next day, which is very, very important. I mean, actually there's no choice, just do it. But make sure that you let this happen very rarely, once in a month, something like that, because if you're actually building a habit, you need to make sure that this doesn't happen that often so that it wouldn't break your habit. I understand that some activities happens during your sleep period. Like for example, if you want to go to the bar to have a drink with your friends or go for clubbing, those usually happen till midnight or even later than that. At this point, you just have to judge whether are these activities more important or your sleep is more important. For me, I think that my sleep is a lot more important. That's why I would follow my sleep schedule strictly and just go for these events maybe once in a month, because I understand that if I go once in a month, it wouldn't break my habit yet. But of course, there's no right way to it. Just keep it to the minimum, go out once in a very long while, because this will prevent it from breaking your habit easily. That's it for this video. I'd love to hear about your tips on how to get to sleep on time, and feel free to share it in the comments below. If you like this video, do like, share and subscribe, and maybe consider checking out my previous video where I talk about how to force yourself to study and work. Or if you fancy a podcast, do check out the Thoughts podcast, which is a podcast created by me and my girlfriend Verene, where we discuss about incongruous thoughts in our daily life. Thanks everyone for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.